Right, hi guys, I hope everyone's okay. So I don't normally do follow-up videos to videos that I've released, but I'm going to do it on this one. So I had a video come out on Sunday, and it was one of my pricing videos. Now, I've got pricing videos on the channel, and the reason why I started doing them was because, so when I started, I was researching, obviously, as you do, and looking on loads of channels and gardening channels and stuff, and there was nothing specific on like how much people charge. It was more general kind of what to look for when quoting and stuff like that. And I'm only in my third year. This is the start of my third year, so I'm still new, you know, I'm still learning as I go. But I thought I'd occasionally just post videos where I'm giving an actual price. I don't mind doing that. Not many people like to talk about the pricing, which I understand why. But you know, the odd job I don't mind, and it was just to give kind of people new to gardening, or pretty much people who are new to gardening, or if you're just about to sort of get into it, an actual like example of what someone else in the world has charged. And I always stress they're only ballpark figures, very rough figures. I always say, you know, that there's lots of variables. You know, do you take on staff? How far away is it? What kind of gear are you using? Is it waste away? What part of the country are you in, etc. There's loads of variables. What your own standard of living is as well. You know, do you need like a lot of money? You know, if you got I don't know, if you got like a Lamborghini on the drive or something that needs paying for. Do you know what I mean? So these are always very, very rough figures for you. And most of the time when I do these pricing videos, it's generally a mixed reaction, veering more towards either agreeing or to say that I've actually undercharged. And I put my mistakes out there as well in terms of pricing. I've got a few on the channel that I've totally messed up price-wise and that, and they're all out there rather. This one, the general consensus, although I haven't gone through all the comments, I'd say it's maybe 60-40 that I've probably priced on the high side, which is fine because I invite people to say, you know, what would you charge, etc. And I like, you know, I think it's healthy, and I think it sparks like a good little debate, which I've got no problems with whatsoever. The reason why I'm kind of doing this video is because I don't think some of the things came across in the original video that meant why I priced like that bit higher. Because you're not, so when you're filming, which is a pain in the arse to do when you're on jobs in general, and it's difficult, and I don't think kind of, it's hard to guess what kind of issues are going to come up in the comments and what people are going to kind of focus on or not focus on. You try to give a broad like kind of idea of the job, but you know, unless you're there, you haven't fully got like an understanding of it, you know, just by watching a video. So like there were a few things that I don't think are particularly like focused on in the video. So when I quoted, I found like glass and bottles and stuff like under the, like obviously the long grass had flopped down, and I had a poke about, and there was bits of glass, bits of bottles, and I thought, right, anything could be under here. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that was one of the reasons I priced that bit higher, just to cover myself in case it was like full of glass or whatever. And I don't think that particularly like came across in the video. I honestly can't remember if I mentioned the glass or not, but anyway. And the waste away, which I had to go back on a separate day because I've only got a Peugeot partner. I couldn't fit it all in, so that means going back on a separate day, absolutely clearing the back of the van, which is a hassle, you know, going back to get it, time, fuel, loading it all up. The access was poor, which I didn't mention. It was down a lane. You know, tip run, pay for it, go back to start your day. It's you know yourself when you're dealing with waste. It's like, it's one big hassle basically, isn't it? And I don't think that necessarily came across in the video. So again, that was another reason. So that and the glass was right why I kind of priced high. And all this was explained to the customer as well. It wasn't as if I just give me price, and I always like to give an explanation as to A, what I'm going to do, and B, sometimes why, you know, why I priced that bit high. And obviously he accepted it and was fine with it, and you know, I got on with the job. So yeah, so like a few sort of comments were along the lines of like, you've ripped them off. And if I don't know whether people have watched the channel or just watched that video, because if you've watched the channel like from the start or gone back and watched videos, you know that I started with my 60 quid push mower in the back of my car, some second-hand gear, some new, and I started from literally like the bottom, and all the way along I've kind of like stressed how difficult it is to price jobs, and especially bigger jobs. And the last thing I want to do is rip anyone off. And ironically, I've just come off a job here that I've massively undercharged, and it's taken us 2.5 days, which is yeah, probably a day longer than I thought I would do. Not filming it and that, but yeah, like it swings and roundabouts in it as well, and it's been raining, not great. You're doing like a job where you know you've massively undercharged, and yeah, it is what it is. But you know, I put these videos out there, and I put me decision making out there on YouTube, and I know people are going to come back with their opinion, which is fine, absolutely fine. I just like hope kind of like people appreciate that I am open and honest in talking about money. I'm not prepared to tell you everything. Obviously, some things you know are private and that, but the odd job and stuff, I don't mind talking about it. And whether you think I've undercharged, overcharged, or I'm about right, I'm perfectly happy with the opinions, and I like to chat and go backwards and forwards, and I learn a lot from the comments as well. I do learn a lot. A couple of people have said, why did you rake it all up type thing, why didn't you just get a mulch and mower on it? Well, one, I don't have a mulch and mower, but and maybe you could let us know in the comments here, so that if you watch the video, you can go back and watch it. I'll put the link in. It wasn't like particularly, yeah, it wasn't like grass or anything. It was a mixture of like grass, ivy, bits of horrible stuff and whatever. So in my head, I wanted to, because there was like little stumps as well, tiny little stumps, which I don't think I mentioned on the video, and a couple of, well, more than a couple of like partially buried rocks dotted around, so I couldn't just run the mower over it. I did in parts, which I didn't put on the video as well, so that was more time. But I had to strim around everything just to see what I was, you know, what was there. And I think all these things don't particularly come across in some, you know, I obviously could have told you, but I just went on the day when you're doing a million things, you forget to mention some things, you know. But yes, that was the reason why I couldn't just put the mower over it. But my thought was, and again, like, let me know, was to get it as short as possible, because it was all crap and rubbish. Let it breathe, basically, create space, and just, you know, see what grows from it. But if I was to mulch it and, you know, not take the waste away or anything, not rake it up, then it would just be kind of like almost suffocating what was underneath. That was my kind of thought process. So am I right, am I wrong? I'm still learning, you know, when it comes to, I don't do lawn care, but in my opinion, having looked at it properly, obviously, like you kind of see it exactly how I saw it. I thought that was the best course of action, and obviously that takes a little bit longer to do. So yeah, I hope that's kind of like, I have been replying to people and stuff, but I just thought I would like to do a video, a follow-up video, just to explain my reasoning behind certain things, and pretty much it really. So yeah, if you haven't checked out the video, go back and watch it, see what you think, let us know what you would charge as well and stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, cheers, bye.